I'm Carolyn Rosenblatt at agingparents.com. This is part of our series of quick tips for those who have aging loved ones. And this is based on a question that I often get about how to report elder abuse. So our quick tip today is about how we do that. It's a serious subject, but in order to keep me from getting too serious, I have a Chihuahua on my lap. This is Chloe, my daughter's dog. All right, let's talk about the problem of elder abuse, and we're going to focus on financial elder abuse today. There are a lot of different kinds of abuse, but this is really about when money or property has been taken from an elder or misused, or an elder has been tricked or defrauded. The state of California has some very good laws, and there are similar laws in many other states. But we use a form or we make a phone call. The first place our phone call goes is to Adult Protective Services. That's Adult Protective Services. Their job is to investigate complaints and to report those complaints to the district attorney for prosecution. So we start with the subject of the abuse. First of all, they're going to ask, when the phone call is answered, what is the name of the victim? And yes, you have to identify the person who has been abused. All right, well, say it's your grandmother, Mary Smith. All right, Mary Smith has been abused by who? They want to know who the suspected abuser is. Well, it's John Smith, her grandson. So you'll tell them the name and the address and the telephone number of John Smith. Then they want to know who you are. Now, the report can be confidential, which means that they will not reveal your name to anyone, but in order to eliminate complaints that are not legitimate, they will ask you who you are, and you will tell them. If you ask them not to reveal your name, especially to anybody else involved in this, you can have that happen. Then they will want to know what happened. They will want a description of the incident. I just had a phone call today about someone who had been tricked by her sister into buying a house. She was asked to sign papers. She couldn't read. She was 91, and she didn't understand that the papers meant that she was giving a house worth many hundreds of thousands of dollars to her sister. So that is the incident. It was a fraudulent purchase of a house that she was persuaded and sort of coerced into agreeing to because she didn't know. So that's an example. And they ask on the form that's filled out by the person taking your complaint, what type of abuse is it? And in this instance, it's financial abuse. Okay? And then they will want to know what you, the reporting person, observed. And in this case, the person who observed this was the grandson. And he said that he observed that his grandmother, who seemed to be generally pretty with it, was not at all clear about what was going on. Furthermore, she had a lot of trouble with her vision. So his observation was that she couldn't read the forms that she was asked to sign for the mortgage, and that she didn't understand because she couldn't read. And in fact, she just had to buy some glasses while she was there because it was so difficult for her to read, and reading was very slow for her. So they'll want to know then also, the person taking the report, if there are any other witnesses besides the person giving the report, or the person who knows enough about it to make the report, any other persons involved. In this case, the gentleman's grandmother had given this house, without meaning to her sister and her sister's husband. So the husband would also be a person who was involved in this potential abuse. So they make a note of these things on a written report. The written report then goes to law enforcement, and a determination of what kind of investigation is going to take place will be made, and then they will decide whether there is sufficient evidence to prosecute that. The elder abuse that I'm talking about in this case is financial elder abuse under the criminal law. We also have another kind of financial elder abuse under civil law, but we'll talk about that in another one of our quick tips. So that about wraps it up. You have to give basic details. You have to know who the abuser is. It's helpful if you know where the abuser is, and it's helpful if you have specific detail, like the date of a financial transaction or a location where something happened. It has to be specific enough that law enforcement can use that information to go after it further in their investigation. The form looks like this. It's one page, and there's a one-page instruction sheet. But what really applies to any of you who might need to report elder abuse is that you have to have the right detail and you have to be willing to make that phone call. And we encourage you to put a stop to this $2.6 billion a year problem in our country. That's our quick tip for the day. Thank you so much for listening to our quick tips at agingparents.com. If you need help with questions you have about elder abuse in your family or your neighborhood or anywhere else, we are the place that can help you. Feel free to contact us by requesting a complimentary strategy session at www.agingstrategysession.com. That's www.agingstrategysession.com. Thank you. Thanks for watching How to Report Elder Abuse. If you need more help with how to report elder abuse, feel free to visit our website at agingparents.com. To watch more helpful videos, click here to subscribe or watch another video. Also, check us out on Facebook or on Twitter. Thanks again for watching.